Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and checking out the latest video. Now, this video is going to be talking about Harry Wiley Sr., the man behind the greatest fighter of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, when I'm talking about this video, before I get any farther, all credit goes to Harry Wiley Jr. He gave me all the stories, all the information on his father, and I truly appreciate it, and hopefully this video does him justice. So Harry Wiley Sr. was born in New York City. He was a boxer up until he got into an accident. And of course, a guy with the passion for the sport of boxing, what did he want to do next? Well, he made the decision to become a boxing trainer. So he mentored and learned his craft under Jack Blackburn, who of course famously worked with Joe Louis. So he got to work with both of them and learn his trade. Now, he got a reputation for actually being very good at wrapping hands, which led him to work with Henry Armstrong and also Sam Langford, amongst, of course, the next guy I'm going to talk about, Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, how did Harry Wiley end up meeting Sugar Ray Robinson? Well, George Gainford had a boxing program up in Harlem, and he said, there's a kid here, we're not too sure what to do with him, but he's definitely talented, but we're not sure what to do in the next step in his career. And Ray Robinson at this time was 15 to 16 years old. Well, Harry Wiley Sr. came in and quickly studied his style, and he realized that Sugar Ray Robinson, while he was very talented, he didn't have his own style. He was very good at mimicking other fighters. But that was the biggest thing that Harry Wiley did to Sugar Ray Robinson. Everybody knows to be a successful boxer, a boxer has to have a certain style that really works for them. And Harry Wiley Sr. was a great fit and really gave Sugar Ray Robinson so many great aspects of his career. When you look at Harry Wiley Sr. and what he preached, he was a guy that always thought that when you're going into a boxing fight, you're risking your life. So he took the sport extremely seriously. So there was no yelling, shouting in the corner. It was always a very calm and cool corner, always thinking going on and meaningful instructions. And Harry Wiley Sr. believed that you build a fighter from the legs up. So we're talking footwork, his stance. And Harry Wiley Sr. actually used to go and box with Sugar Ray Robinson and show him things that he wanted him to pick up on. So they began the journey at a very young age, him and Ray Robinson did. And he always said about Sugar Ray Robinson, Harry Wiley Sr., that he was the smartest fighter that he ever worked with. And the reasoning before that was Sugar Ray Robinson would always ask him, well, coach, if this guy throws a jab at me, or this guy does this and that, different maneuvers inside the ring, how do I do this? How do I counter him? What can I do if he throws this at me? He was always asking questions about the sport of boxing, and his passion for the sport was extremely high. And Harry Wiley Sr. always had great instructions and was a mastermind of technique, so they fit very well together. And also, one thing that you have to realize in the career of Sugar Ray Robinson is he was always calm, and he knew the calmer he was and the more he was thinking, the more he could hurt his fighter. And that was something that Harry Wiley always preached. He was a very calm individual, and that definitely rubbed off on Sugar Ray Robinson. And without Harry Wiley in his corner, who knows what would happen to Sugar Ray Robinson, because he really got a true boxing legend, and they were really meant for each other, and they had a great career working together. They were friends throughout their whole career. They got into little arguments here and there, little spats, but they always had each other back. You would never say something bad about Sugar Ray Robinson to Harry Wiley Sr., and Sugar Ray Robinson won't let you say anything bad about Harry Wiley Sr. to him. So they always had each other's back when it came down to it. Great trainer and fighter relationship. And the reason why you don't hear the name Harry Wiley Sr. and Sugar Ray Robinson is because George Gainford controlled the media. So he put out the information that the media puts out, and that is, of course, why Harry Wiley Sr. never got his proper credit for working with the great Sugar Ray Robinson and giving him so many techniques and skills and being his coach, the man who brought him up from nothing. So another huge accomplishment that Harry Wiley Sr. had that not a lot of people know is in 1932, Harry Wiley Sr., he was an up-and-coming trainer. Basically, he was asked by the Olympic Committee to train the United States boxing Olympic team. Now, at this point, Harry Wiley Sr. was the first ever United States black boxing coach. So, a historic moment for African Americans and also for the sport of boxing. Now, he was working with these fighters, and there was a gentleman named Kenneth Mount Landis who was Olympic Committee official. Now, Harry got into an argument with him because he wasn't giving the African American fighters proper food. For example, he was giving them really bad meats, powdered milk, um, everything about the African American fighters. They weren't getting nice rooms. Everything possibly was going against them because you have to remember at that time there was such a huge divide between white and African Americans, racial tension. So all the white fighters are getting, fresh chicken. They're getting the best milk, the best of everything. And he basically told them, listen, African American guys are the most talented fighters, and these guys need to be treated with respect if you want them to win. Unfortunately, Kenneth Mount Landis got rid of Harry Wiley, but Harry Wiley was correct, as multiple fighters that were under his team, he ended up getting dismissed, of course, but he led these guys early on, and he knew the talent that was there, and they ended up winning a bunch of medals in the 1932 Olympics. So this is a guy who was really a trendsetter and opened a lot of doors for African Americans in the sport of boxing. And of course, Kenneth Mount Landis, for those of you who don't know, ended up becoming the Major League Baseball commissioner and didn't want any part of African Americans playing in major leagues. So obviously the race was behind that decision, but you got to give Harry Wiley Sr. a lot of credit for being the trailblazer in that regard. Huge achievement, really. Now, let's move on to another great fighter that Harry Wiley Sr. worked with, and that would be Muhammad Ali, the living legend, the people's champion. Harry Wiley Sr. actually knew Muhammad Ali since he came out of the Olympics. And Muhammad Ali had always wanted Harry Wiley to work with him, but he told Muhammad Ali, listen, Muhammad, you have a trainer. But eventually they did end up working together. And in the Jimmy Ellis fight, Harry Wiley Sr. and his son, Harry Wiley Jr. actually ended up going to Chicago. He had been there with Ray Robinson. He wanted to show Harry Wiley Jr. around. But he was trying to think of, while they were walking around, how he could change Ali's style to avoid Jimmy Ellis's right hand. But he didn't want to change Muhammad Ali too much because Muhammad Ali is a really good fighter, right? We got to remember that. So he came up with a very good game plan and decided, well, let's use a shoulder roll. And Howard Cosell makes mention to that in the fight against Jimmy Ellis. You go and watch that fight, and Muhammad Ali is using the shoulder roll to get away from the right hand. And he credits Harry Wiley for that. He said, Harry Wiley taught me that shoulder roll, and he gives him much respect in that regards. And that was a huge strategy move by Harry Wiley Sr. It takes guts to do that as well to a great fighter. We can't forget that. And there's also a point in the Ellis fight where Muhammad's nose starts bleeding, and Sugar Ray Robinson's doctor was working in the corner, and he kind of got caught up in the moment of, wow, I'm working with Muhammad Ali. So Harry Wiley Sr. realizes that he needs to step in right now and work on this cut. And he's trying to fix his nose, work on his nose, and Ali keeps pulling his head back and kind of fighting him to not, touch his head and his face and any, kind of touch his nose area. Harry Wiley Sr. grabs him by the afro, and you got to remember, nobody in the Muhammad Ali camp would do that. And everybody was just, they were happy he did it, but nobody would have the balls to do that to Muhammad Ali except Harry Wiley Sr. He grabbed Muhammad Ali by his afro, pulled his head back, and said, start acting like a damn champ. And then Muhammad Ali eventually gave in and let him work on his nose. So incredible stuff in the corner of Muhammad Ali, and Harry Wiley Sr. was very respected in that camp. They called him the little general because he came in, he ran a tight ship, and they all respected him. And Ali had a tremendous respect for him. Another example of the relationship between Harry Wiley Sr. and Muhammad Ali was after Ali had lost to Joe Frazier. He had told Harry Wiley Sr., I wish I had you in my corner for that fight. And he was basically telling Muhammad that he had a lot of problems when Joe Frazier would get up close to him. He does up and down movement. And Harry Wiley Sr. showed him a maneuver, and Muhammad said, show me that again. He said, very animated, show me that again. And he showed it to him again, and Muhammad Ali just looked at him and he said, this is a bad man. He started yelling and extremely excited about what Harry Wiley Sr. had just showed him. And that another great story, the respect level from Muhammad Ali had for Harry Wiley Sr. Goes to show you that moment right there where he's showing him a technique to use against Frazier in upcoming fights. And he thought it was that good that he was becoming animated, and he was extremely excited that he showed him that maneuver. And a great story that goes to show you the type of person Ali is and the absolute respect level that I've been demonstrating throughout the video that Ali had for Harry Wiley Sr. was at one point they're in a hotel. I believe it was New York City, Harry told me. They were in New York City, Harry Wiley Sr., Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali is sitting there, and two gentlemen come in, they want his autograph, so he gives them their autograph. He says to them, I want you guys to do me a favor. He said, you see that man over there smoking a cigarette? He said, I want you to go up to him and ask him for his autograph. And they basically said, oh, really? And he said, that's the greatest trainer that ever lived. That's Sugar Ray Robinson's trainer. And the two guys went over and they got Harry Wiley Sr.'s autograph, and he gave him the autograph. And I thought that was a real cool moment and showed you the respect that Muhammad Ali had for this legendary boxing trainer, Harry Wiley Sr. And he ended up also working the Buster Mathis fight with Ali. So they got to work together because unfortunately Harry Wiley Sr. passed shortly after the Buster Mathis fight. They couldn't work any more fights in their career. So very sad loss though for the boxing community. What a great trainer. And one more story about how his influence really has spread along the sport of boxing. He had a fighter named Bunny Grant, who was a Jamaican fighter. And he had this kid with him who wanted to spar, and he was very interested in getting in the gym because Bunny was working with Harry Wiley Sr. Now, this kid, he used to always watch Sugar Ray Robinson, pick up on his techniques, and he really wanted to meet Harry Wiley and listen to his instructions and pick up the maneuvers and techniques, different types of things that he was teaching because he really idolized Sugar Ray Robinson and Harry Wiley Sr. Now, this sparring partner for Bunny Grant and friend of Bunny Grant ended up being the body snatcher, Mike McCallum, who loves Harry Wiley Sr. and Sugar Ray Robinson. And he had told a gentleman that was friends with Mike McCallum told Harry Wiley Jr., that Mike McCallum was hugely influenced by Harry Wiley Sr. and the skills that he taught in the sport of boxing. He used to watch Sugar Ray Robinson fights all the time, and the instructions that he heard Harry Wiley Sr. give to Bunny Grant, he used those throughout his career, and then Harry Wiley Sr.'s teaching methods were instrumental in his success, and he took a lot of the maneuvers and used them into fights. And of course, Mike McCallum, as we know, is an absolute boxing legend. So that's incredible that a guy's influence can spread like that to fighters all over the world. And so many people respect Sugar Ray Robinson and what he brought to the table. And one more story I want to leave you guys off with. Harry told so many great stories, and I just hope I can do it justice. He tells a great story about Harry Wiley Jr. met Archie Moore, and he asked him, was Sugar Ray Robinson really as good as what people made him out to be? And this was long after Harry Wiley Sr. had passed, and he had introduced saying that, I'm his son, Harry Wiley Jr. Archie Moore had told him that Sugar Ray Robinson was everything as advertised, and he was an amazing fighter. In fact, he was so good that Archie Moore and Jersey Joe Wilcott used to go into Sugar Ray Robinson's training sessions and try to take some of the techniques and maneuvers he was using and implement them into their own game plan, because that's how brilliant Sugar Ray Robinson was. When guys like Archie Moore and Jersey Joe Wilcott are doing that, that's incredible stuff right there. And he also told Harry that he should be very proud of his father, because his father trained the best fighter of all time and was instrumental in his success in the sport of boxing. So when you're getting legends to validate other legends, it's incredible stuff. And I thank Harry Wiley Jr. very much. And what I want you guys to do, if possible, guys, please share the video. We're trying to get Harry Wiley Sr. in the Boxing Hall of Fame. And as you can see, this man definitely deserves it. Working with so many legends like I named in the video, his influence has spanned to different fighters across the globe. He also worked with UK fighters. I mean, this is a guy, tremendous boxing mind, and it's it's wrong. It should be a crime. That's what happened to him in the sport of boxing. The lack of respect that he's gotten. It's very disturbing because this is a man who deserves a spot in the Boxing Hall of Fame. And he deserves a movie, a book. He deserves people to know who he is because he's done outstanding work. And I know for me, I'm definitely going to be pushing everything I can on Harry Wiley Sr. because this man deserves more recognition than he got. It's disgusting. Look at the guys in the Boxing Hall of Fame. You're telling me this man can't be in there? It's ridiculous. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for tuning into the video. I hope you liked it. Um, much respect to Harry Wiley Jr. and much appreciation to Harry Wiley Sr. What a great boxing mind, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.